the next thing I'm gonna do is my brows. So Malia, I know you had asked specifically to see a tutorial on brows. So I'm gonna do a bolder brow than what I typically would do, but I just want you guys to see what that, how you actually would do a brow. There are like 4 basic types of brow, brow things that you would use, brow cosmetics. You've got a brow pencil, you've got brow pomade, brow powder, and then just like your brow gels. And I tend to use brow pencil sometimes. Before I had my eyebrows microbladed, so, oh yeah, Meredith was asking about this. So before I had my eyebrows microbladed, like I had no back half, and they went in and did just little feather-like, hair-like strokes on my brow. So that's, I do have like some semblance of a brow now. But before I did that, I used to use pencil pretty much primarily because I had to draw on my brows. But now I don't necessarily have to do that anymore. But you would take a pencil typically, and you're gonna like go underneath your brow, define that out. And then you're gonna take and go on the top of your brow. You wanna outline basically your brow. And you would just do soft, feather-like strokes. Nothing heavy. Okay. So you guys can probably see this brow looks a little bit bolder, a little more defined right now than this one does. So I'm going to come in and do the same thing. Go underneath my brow. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, a spoolie brush is your friend when it comes to your brows. So I'm going to take a little spoolie. If you don't know what that's like, that's what it looks like, a little spoolie brush. I'm just going to take and blend, make sure that any like areas where I got a little bit too dense with a little too heavy-handed with the pencil, get kind of blended in. Okay. Then one of the products I recently started using that I love is a brow powder. So the next thing I'm going to do is take my brow powder, and I'm going to take a tapered brush, if I can find it. So you can see, hopefully, the brush is tapered. Okay, and I'm going to get the brow powder. This is Farmasi's brow powder. That's the blonde color. We have I think three colors in brow powder. I'd have to look. It might be 4. But basically what I'm going to do is take my... Ethan's trying to fix my light for me, guys. He's so sweet. Okay, I'm going to take it, just dip it in the powder, and then I'm going to do, again, feather-like strokes here to mimic hairs. Then I'm just going to shade in my brow. I'm going to fill in between the lines that I drew. And if you're going to be heavy-handed with this, the best place to be heavy-handed with it is on the back side, okay? You can really work to blend all that in on the back side, but the front, we really just want light strokes. Okay? Same thing on the other side here. Now, I'm going to take... I know you guys are like, oh my gosh, this takes a long time. If you're going to do full-on brows, yeah, it kind of does take a long time, not going to lie. But if you don't want to even mess with the full brow, brow gel is your best friend. So this is our Brow Design Eyebrow Mascara. This color is blonde. And you can do this with, your full brow. You can do it without your full brow and do it by itself. But it is, I'm going to take my mirror here because I want to make sure I get this right. It's really, really, really nice for just not only setting your full brow, if you use it with a full brow, and giving it just that little, like defining those little hairs that are there. It's great for that. Sets them in place, but you can also use this stuff by itself with no other, hi Amy, with no other brow products, and it works wonders, okay? So hopefully you guys can see there's a little bit of difference there. My brows, and it's hard to tell here, but my brows, you can see little defined hairs, which is great. And then, like I said before, spoolie is your best friend. So after you get that done, you're going to want to pop in like this and just make sure you got it cleaned up. All right, I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Now, I did hear a trick recently that some people will take their taper brush and they will spray it with our setting spray, the Time Lacquer setting spray. And then they will use that to go in and kind of finish up their brows instead of using a brow mascara. So that's an option too. I've never tried that, but that also is supposed to help lock those hairs in place and give that brow staying powder throughout the day. Okay, brows are done. I know they look a little bold, but I'm not typically a bold brow girl unless I've got something special going on. When I get married, I'm going to be a bold brow girl, okay?